What's up, guys? So I just got back from locals. I'm going to record a short video with what I played. I played Paleo Frogs in 2021. It was a 5-man locals. It's a Wednesday night, but that's like the competitive one. It was the most fun I've ever had playing at a locals in like the past year. This deck's really cool. I misplayed a couple times. Some games I should have won that I didn't, but ended up going 3-2, and we could have easily gone 4-1. I could have won the last round, but I misplayed. It is what it is. Deck's actually kind of hard to play. You have to really understand what your opponent's doing. Without that, I'll just get into it. So with the frog lineup, we have 3 swap frogs and 3 dupe frogs. Staple, you can't run anything less than this. This card's really good. You always want to leave one dupe frog in deck for summoning off Toad. And then 2 Ronin. We're running Desires, so you kind of need to, but also Link plays are a lot easier with 2. It lets you end on an Exceed monster after Exceeding. And then 1 Treeborn Frog. So I run a total of 9 frogs. This is a flex spot. You can run Flip Flop Frog. You don't even have to run this, but I use Desires in my deck. And I want the 9th frog name for Ronin Toad. And this is really nice because the sub engine I run with Backtrack, it lets you play into turn 3. It lets you play into like a 3 monster summon on board for free. So you get +3 each turn. And I don't run continuous traps. So this is almost always live for the late game. It's really good. It's the best 9th name you run. If I didn't play Desires, I wouldn't play it, but I do, so I do. Double Backtrack. Oh yeah, so this is a free monster in standby phase. These all you normal summon into Link Karibo. This is also a discard outlet for Dino, but then standby phase, you summon Link, Tribute, summon Link Karibo, and summon Treeborn again, so it's a +2. This is really good. You can run Fiend Griefing with this, I don't. I just use that as a Link Karibo Turbo, and it replaces itself. It's like a +1, in a way, kinda. And then Draw Power, 3 Desires. You can run Pot of Prosperity over this. I would run Pot of Prosperity if I had them. I don't. Card of Demise. Great card. Phenomenal going first. It's even good going second. It just replenishes your hand. Great top deck late game. I would play this even if you play Prosperity. Scapegoat. This is like a 1-card aggro for the deck. I usually sided it out games 2 or 3. But you flip it during the end phase, and then you do your Link Karibo shenanigans. You'll see in the extra deck. And you can make a boss monster. This deck sits on boss monsters really well because it has traps to protect them. Triple Canadia. So the Paleo lineup, we have 3 Canadia, 3 Oleanoidus, 2 Dynamiscus. This card's not great in this deck. It's good in other decks, but like it sucks leaving a card in hand that you have to discard off this. But it's really good. It's spot removal. It outs like the Golden Lord and other like obscure cards that you can add off Opabina too. That's because we run Desires. If I didn't run Desires, I wouldn't play this. This returns a Banished card if you don't know. Canadia, phenomenal. Oleanoidus, phenomenal. Mediocre. I didn't activate this card at all today. I would honestly probably cut this card for like another normal trap. Triple Trap Trick. So we're going to go into my Trap Trick targets. So Trap Trick targets, I ran obviously a whole Paleo lineup. It's really great if you have like Canadia Trap Trick. So you can Canadia, then Trap Trick out Oleanoidus, summon Canadia, Oleanoidus pop. So Trap Trick's really good in this deck. You just got to be careful with how you use it because you can't use any other traps the turn. So it's got to be like your last resource. So Trap Trick into Torrential on Ignition summons. Phenomenal play. Torrential, great card. You have to run this. It sucks because you can't summon Paleos off of it because otherwise they just add a Torrential. But this is like your go second. This is how you play going second. How you don't just auto lose. It's a board wipe. You can run Needle Stealing too. That'd be cool. 2 Lost One. This card's alright. If I had Ice Dragon Prisons, these should be Ice Dragon Prisons. This is like the flex spot. Any normal trap card you can run here. I like it because it recurges itself for +1. And it's an easy card. Like, you can burn every deck summons from the extra deck this format, so you can just launch this off and then Paleo, set it, and then it's live next turn. So Titanocidal is a really cool card you can play over Lost One too. Other trap trick target, Mirror Force. Phenomenal. I Mirror Force someone for 6. I'll go over my matches at the end of the video, but he was playing Triff Pen deck. I activate Mirror Force, and I had a Solemn Strike. So next card, Solemn Strike. I Mirror Forced him. He had 6 cards. He went first, built the board. I opened like Mirror Force Strike, Mirror Force chain 1, Endymon chain 2, Strike chain 3. He can't respond because spell speed 3. You clear his whole board and you just blow out from there. So this deck's best 2-card combo is Mirror Force and Solemn Strike, or Mirror Force or Torrential and Solemn Strike. This is how you win games. Otherwise, if you don't open something like that, you want to resolve your Paleos in an order to where you can end with the Paleo on board and then normal summon a frog. But yeah, 3 strikes, 2 judgment. You can cut this. So what's really cool about Paleos is they're a control deck that puts up their own Omni Negate and Toad. So normally high trap card deck lineups, you have to run Solemn to prevent against like Duster, Twin Twister, Cosmics, anything else. But this deck, you don't have to. I would side these in for sure though, if you don't main deck them. Extra deck, 3 totally awesome, dope. This card is beautiful. It just feels so great summoning and saying totally awesome. Opa Beanie, he's great. If you have 1 extra, so if you have 2 level 2s and a trap, you can make this. He's a great card to have floating, and then you add a trap. You use the trap you just added because he lets you use it from hand, and then you summon the trap off it that you discarded, and then it's link 2 for Marincess. Marincess summon swap, so you can make double Toad Marincess with this, and you get a free like pop out of it. It's pretty good. Crumble Logos, Prophet Demolition. This is a really old deck I've had since like 2012. So I ran that in this. Like, he's not great right now. You should play if I had Zeus, I would play Zeus over this guy. Zeus and Downard. I didn't summon him once, but like it never came up. Sky Centaur. This is your out to like non-target, non-destruction. This guy's also good because he can't be destroyed by battle. So overlay 2, attack, Downard into Zeus. 4 material Zeus. And then Link Rebo, this is the side engine I run. So Link Rebo, I'll show you the combo after the video, but it uses like Backjack and Treeborn Frog. It's cool. Marincess, Coral, Anemone. This, I'll show you the combo with this too. This is just basically a free negate with Toad. It's great. You go into turn 1. You can run 2 of this card too. You have the space in the extra deck. Honestly, it's not bad. It's literally just a free card, so I would run it because free cards are good. Masquerena, this is you can make this off the Ronins and float a Ronin to get a disruption or the opponent's turn through Unicorn, but that requires a discard. So most of the time, I only make Masquerena in order to link climb into Avermax, and Avermax backed by like a Judgment, like that is honestly GG. Mr. Boy, this is how you OTK. You get a bunch of frogs on board. End your combo with double Ronin. Link into Mr. Boy. Mr. Boy. This deck's just fun. Mr. Boy, totally awesome. They're fun. Great card. You can run 2 of this too. I didn't. Phoenix, I hit a there can be only 1 with this today. It was good. You can also co-link it because Link Rebo, so that's always good. And Marincess, if you have this lingering from the turn before. Unicorn, spot removal. I didn't make it. Jizvania, this card's really good because you summon Paleo to a zone it points to, and Paleos are unaffected by monster effects. So this wipes the board out of spell and traps, and it banishes it against Eldlik. Easy to link climb into, great card. Avermax, this is kind of like your boss monster, plan B. If you can bring it out, you can. This is also Scapegoat. It's like a IP'd Avermax in 1 card. It's pretty good. It's your aggro play. And then Trisbania, you can nuke during their turn. It's a board wipe. You summon a Paleo, and then the Paleo doesn't die because it's unaffected by monster effects, and he'll wipe their board. All right, so I want to keep this video under like 11 minutes. I'm just gonna quickly go through the side deck. 2 mistakes, great going first package right here. I can make another video showing the side if you guys want it. 3 Phantasme, good against link decks, every deck summons. We're not running hand traps, so the idea is you want to draw into board breaker cards. Dino Wrestler, free drop, free drop, free drop, pseudo free drop, free drop. So I also sided all these because you want to remove the 1 card that negates. These are like a solemn strike kinda ish, and then you set 5 and you pass turn, and then you just break the board with traps. So that's why free drops are really good. Hand traps are really bad in this deck. Any control deck you don't want to play hand traps, you don't have to. Nuke going second, eraser laser, this non-targeting removal. This out Zeus really difficult for this deck because they make a Zeus send board and then you can't set shit because they'll just hit it with that. And then double duster because trap trick target. What am I at? 11 minutes? All right, let's try and make this under 12. So the combo, what you want to do is, I'll show you 2 combos. So in the standby phase, you want to use Toad. So like your standby phase, you want to use Toad effect to summon out a Swap Frog. And then Swap Frog can send Treeborn. And then Treeborn revives itself. But during your standby phase, you can normal Treeborn, send it off for a Link Rebo. And then this just negates, it's a floater is what it is. And then standby phase, special Treeborn, Link Rebo, effect engrave, tribute Treeborn, summon itself, standby phase, Treeborn, not once per turn, summon. And that's 2 monsters. And then you have a Ronin Totem you can bring back for a 3rd. Make Coral Anemone. Here, I'll show it. So say you have this engrave because you comboed. And you can banish dupe, special summon Ronin, these 2 for Coral Anemone. And then activate Coral Anemone effect, summon out a Swap Frog from grave, Swap Frog effect, send a Dupe Frog. Ronin Totem effect, summon itself, banish Dupe Frog, overlay for the Toad. So like, really strong. Treeborn plus a Ronin Totem engrave is Coral Anemone, which is Toad because it revives Swap Frog. So that's kind of like your recursion engine every turn. After you have this engine set up, you make that. And Backjacks facilitates the Link Rebo plays. And turn 1, if you just open like these 2 cards, I'll show you what you do real quick. Why Anemone's really good. I would play 2 of this, honestly. So like you normal, and you send dupe, bounce a hand, discard Frog, special effect, send Ronin. And then you use Ronin effect, summon itself, banish Frog, link into Coral Anemone. Anemone effect, summon Swap Frog. Swap Frog effect, send a Frog from deck. So we'll send a dupe. Ronin Totem, revive. If you didn't send Treeborn here, you would send Treeborn and banish the other Frog you discarded earlier. Or banish dupe to summon Ronin, and then you overlay for Toad. So now you see you have the Treeborn set up. You'll have a live Ronin Toad next turn for another Marincess. And when you use Toad, you send Marincess so you can keep this on board. So basic combo. Hope you guys liked it. I would love to talk frogs if you guys want to talk frogs. So let me know.